All right, meeting is called to order. Before we get into business, just want to introduce our new commission member, Aaron O'Quinn, down at the end. Good to have you aboard. Maybe now we won't have to have short boards on everything, but hopefully we get one more member. We can actually have a completely full board, and that would be nice. Moving on to items on the agenda, can we have a roll?
Danielle Bailey.
Here.
Tyler Robinson.
Here.
Greg Strike.
Here.
Andre Spinelli.
Here.
Brian Looney.
Here.
Jared Gardner.
Here.
Aaron O'Quinn.
Here.
Seth Anderson is excused. Thank you.
And is there a motion to approve the minutes? Moved by Greg Strike, seconded by Commissioner Gardner. Any objections? Seeing no objections, the minutes are passed. Moving on to disclosures. Commissioner Gardner.
None.
Commissioner O'Quinn.
None.
Commissioner Robinson.
Yeah, I was recused for cases that involve resolutions 2019-9 and 2019-13, so I'll be abstaining from those votes on the consent agenda.
And just moving back to Commissioner O'Quinn, you will be...
Yeah, I was not seated on the commission, so I'll abstain from voting on the minutes and the consent agenda.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Strike.
None.
And I have none. Commissioner Looney.
Yes, so on the consent agenda, item 1B for resolution 2019-11, I'll be not voting on that.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Spinelli.
Nothing.
All right, moving on to our informational item C2.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The first item on informational items is an ordinance that the Planning Department has basically drafted that deals with state and federal patents and mineral estates and mineral mining claims in Girdwood. Back in January, the state of Alaska came to the Planning Department and inquired about permitting for what they call the Kern site, which is down in Girdwood. They were asking if a conditional use permit would be required and what process they would have to go through to obtain approval. We looked at the property that they were intending to mine, and this is in relationship to a Seward Highway project that they had planned. We realized the property was owned GOS, which is Girdwood Open Space District, and natural resource extraction or mineral extraction is not permitted in that district. So with that, we started looking into other districts in Girdwood and realized that there were several other districts in Girdwood that recognize these mineral patents, namely the GR2A, the GI2, the GIP, and the GCR3. So we then asked the state for a list of patents that they had on other properties in the Girdwood area. They provided us with, I believe, 4 or 5, which you can see the map there in front of you identifies. The patents that they currently have are located in 2 zoning districts, the GOS and the GDR, or the Girdwood Development Reserve District. So this ordinance intends to correct this oversight of the Title 21 rewrite to recognize these patents in both the GOS and GDR districts, as is recognized in the other districts that I just named. So we're going to be taking this to the Assembly. We've already taken it to the Girdwood Board of Supervisors and have a resolution of support from them. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have on that one.
Any questions, commissioners? See no questions, and you do not need an approval for this. Was just an informational item, correct?
Informational item, yes. We're going to take this directly to the Assembly as we think it's an oversight and a technical amendment.
Perfect.
The second is an amendment, a minor amendment to the PUD for Sonoma Glen. They've come in and they've asked to amend their phasing plan to swap Phase 2 and Phase 3. So Phase 2 will now become Phase 3, and Phase 3 will now become Phase 2. That's the only change. We just wanted to provide information to the commission of that change.
Any questions for staff? Commissioner Robinson?
Yeah, through the chair, Mr. Whitfield, what did they come in with? Like, what brought in the phasing plan in the first place? Was it through a plat, through a, what was it?
They're coming in for the second phase of development. And so when they came in for the second phase, they wanted to do phase 3 that was identified and approved as phase 3. They wanted to do it as phase 2. So we told them, you can't do that without first amending your phasing plan. And so we administratively amended the phasing plan, approved the amendment to the phasing plan. We're providing you with notice of that amendment because it was approved as part of the PUD.
It was a PUD, but the action was a planned unit
Correct.
development. That's what
Yep.
that was my question.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a planned unit development. And so because you had authority over that, we wanted to make sure we provided you with that information.
I got you. Thank you.
And seeing no further questions, thank you. Moving on to the consent agenda, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda? Motion, moved by Commissioner Strike, seconded by Commissioner Gardner. And for clarification for commissioners, you'd be voting in favor of the ones that you are not recused from. Yep.
Okay, that's about to ask that.
And that motion passes. Moving on to public hearings. There is a motion by Commissioner Strike. Would you like to state your motion?
Yes, in the matter of 2019-0080, the McCann subdivision rezone, move to postpone until August 5th, 2019.
Second by Commissioner Robinson. Are there any objections? Seeing no objections, that motion is approved. Another motion by Commissioner Strike.
Yes, in the matter of, for G2, in case number 2019-0079, the MOA long-range planning, the case is to move to August 12th, 2019.
Second by Commissioner Robinson. Any objections? Seeing no objections, that motion is also approved. And maybe we let Aaron chime in for this one? We're going to need a motion to adjourn. Moved by Commissioner O'Quinn, seconded by Commissioner Strike. Seeing no objections, adjourn.